Freedom camping is a touchy subject with most Kiwis, but it doesn't really have to be. So, is freedom camping legal? Is it safe? Yes or no? Yes, it is, but only in certain areas. You can only freedom camp on public land. If the land is owned by someone, they can prosecute you for trespassing. For the black and white definition of freedom camping, then pause right here and go check out our video on what is freedom camping. And then come back so you can hear our experience of it. Here is when it gets a bit tricky. Each district in New Zealand can set their own rules about freedom camping. For example, the region of Otago, where Wanaka and Queenstown are, have banned freedom camping for non-self-contained vehicles. Other areas have banned freedom camping in specific areas within those regions. So it's best to go to your local eyesight and ask. Or you can go check out the website we have linked down below, which gives you an idea of which areas are restricted. Also, some areas like car parks or rest stops may have one of these signs, which also means that freedom camping is illegal in these areas. Here is the punchline. Your safety boils down to common sense. Surprise, surprise. Now, even if you are going to freedom camp in an area where it's legal to do so, there are certain checks that you need to go through to reduce the chance of you being woken up by an officer or just by the locals. Coming up are the general rules that we followed while freedom camping in New Zealand. In the 10 months of travel, 4 of which we continuously freedom camped, we never encountered any trouble. So here is what we recommend that you can do. Number 1. Do not freedom camp in a place where you're likely to be seen. As it states in the Freedom Camping Act, you have to be within 200 meters of a road, which pretty much means that you have to be out of sight. And do not camp in the tree line next to a road, as the headlights of cars will illuminate you. We felt most comfortable when we couldn't see people outside, and we knew that no one had seen us either and knew that we were there. That way, neither you nor they are really aware of each other's presence, hence neither of you can really feel threatened by the other. Number 2. Be quiet, be inconspicuous, and turn off your lights. Even though you might be able to light a fire or play music, it will probably get you noticed. So only light fires when on a campsite where allowed. The best recipe for undisturbed sleep is for you to be quiet, use as little as light as possible, and stay out of sight. Also, a key strategy that we will recommend is do not park at your sleeping spot until you're ready to sleep. Unless at a campsite, of course. Number 3. Don't be messy. Leave the place as you found it. Take all rubbish with you and do not leave a lot of stuff outside of your car or tent at night. Number 4. Arrive late and leave early. Arrive at your sleeping spot as late as possible and leave as early as possible. The longer you're there, especially during daylight hours, the more likely is that someone's going to notice you and rat you out. On the topic of ratting you out, it is actually more likely that the locals will come knocking at your window at 2 a.m. rather than the police. Even if you're within the law and it's legal for you to be there, they still might decide that it's okay to come and have a go at you anyway. This personally never happened to us, but we have heard our fair share of stories. So just camp smart, follow the guidelines we have laid out, and you should be okay. We freedom camped in a vast range of areas across New Zealand, including cities, rest stops, and campsites. If you choose to freedom camp in an area where you're not sure whether it's legal or you know it's not, and you choose to do it anyway, then you're doing it at your own risk. And remember, negligence is never an excuse. It also states in the Freedom Camping Act that you can in fact rest in your car on the side of the road if you are fatigued. For the details of this particular loophole, then check out our video on Can I Camp at a Rest Stop? I will link the entire Freedom Camping Act down below in the description. It is quite long, so go have a read until your heart's content if you can stomach it. And remember, always check the area, never assume that you can. A side note about safety: if you decide to leave your tent or vehicle unattended, then it's not uncommon for your belongings to mysteriously disappear, aka they get stolen. So please, definitely do not leave your tent unattended, take it with you. And when you do leave your car unattended, make sure all the curtains are drawn and there's nothing of value that is visible. If you're going on an all-day hike, then take your passport, money, your phone, and your charger, and also take as much technology as possible or leave it in a locker. If you have any tips yourself or any interesting freedom camping stories, then share them down in the comments below. Give this video a huge thumbs up if it helped you in any way. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and subscribe for more videos like this. So we'll see you next time.